My goodness, what y'all fussing about? Huh? Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Hello everybody, welcome back to Hidden Harvest. We are back on the garden duty basically. Now that summer has completely ended, fall is coming in, the garden is in transition. I have got tons of footage that I have recorded but I have not had a chance to edit, so I'm going to go ahead and run all that footage, and hopefully you can see some of the things that I have been up to, some of the things we've gotten done, and we're going to do a quick garden tour so I can jump right into getting some gardening done today, because I've got several plants that need to go in the ground and I'm running out of time for it. So let's get to that. Pardon? I said pardon. No. Pardon. Get your foot out of the water, Granite. What are you doing? Photobomb level 5. You aren't doing a good job. You're not in frame. Set your drink down and come here.
My drink's already sat down.
There. Split it up between two hands.
Pack my hand.
It's right here, Granite. I got a whole other hand right here. Hey! If you poop on me, we're gonna have a problem.
Please tell me that's cheeks.
Yes. Ow! That's my leg. You want some?
Nothing here.
Hold on. We're fixing to go pull potatoes. You guys like the potato vines. So give me a second. Okay. Now, I don't remember which one is which. Hang on, let me go get my phone. I'm pretty sure I labeled them. I just didn't label them in the bid. It's a whole lot easier for me to just take pictures because it timestamps it for me, and I actually have an image of the thing that I did. Blue is on that side. So those are the Beauregards, and these are the Georgia Jets on this side. Let me go ahead and give some to the chickens so they will calm the hell down. There you guys go. Hold on. Cheeks, stop trying to run. I see you. Today's the 18th. The 23rd would make 100 days since they were planted. And both of the varieties that I got, one was 70 and one was 90. Which means we should be well within when it should produce.
Okay.
Ow, man. I need at least one of these potatoes to come out in pristine condition and hope it survives until next year.
Good. Bees.
Evie, calm down. They're courting or confused. I don't know which they're talking to each other.
Yeah, well, they were talking to each other a little too close to my ear for my liking. I cannot get that close to my face with that. Like, y'all can vibe over there and I can vibe over here.
Oh, they were definitely vibing right next to you, that's for sure. Just be careful, they pop apart very easily. In each spot where they try to pop apart, they may not seal properly. These are some pretty decent sized taters. Dig specifically at the base of where the plant is. It will come off of that plant, towards the bottom, very bottom. I don't mind if I'm going to flip this whole bed to make sure I don't have potatoes hiding. I don't see a way of keeping the daggum wood chips from mixing with everything else with these potatoes.
The second I thought about giving up, that's when the potato appears.
That's how it works. You must believe. You must believe in the potato. What? Are you guys laughing at us? They're like, we could dig those potatoes up in no time. Put us on it. Send me in, coach. So far, the Beauregard seems to be outperforming the Georgia Jet. Holy bejeez.
Oh my God.
Georgia Jet said, bet. Who's outperforming me? Holy hell, that's a family meal. That vine did not grow that, it birthed it. Holy hell, congratulations, it's a boy. Look at it, it's so veiny. Oh, it's got a nub. It's so veiny. What are you and why are you messing with me? Are you for serious though? Holy bejeez, dude.
He's really just said, hold my beer.
Apparently. What happened on this side of the bed? You know, it might be because all of the vines started stretching this way, and the vines that were already over here got so much more nutrient.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's some more underneath there. Okay. Now we have to let them cure, which means we just take them into the garage and lay them on cardboard or something. Okay. I'm just going to dump them into that bed. Be the easiest way to handle it. And then I can plant some borage and some alyssum in here because the chickens can eat that. The thing is I don't think I need this much soil inside this bed. I need to take some and put it in there. Oh boy. Hi, spider. Now,
Did you get the scissors out of that before you did that?
I put them back in there. These probably will not have produced a whole lot. They were not in full sun, and the chickens were constantly eating on them. Which is why I put it over there to begin with. Oh no, rescue. These Beauregard. These guys are soaked. Sorry guys, I'll put your snack plants back over there with something new. There we go. Ultimately, the Beauregards seem to produce more. Sweet potato harvest 2024. Today is the 18th of September. As you can see, some of the beds have already been reset. Some are waiting to be sown. These guys right here, my peppers, I'm just waiting till frost before I take those guys out. I'm just going to let them continue to produce. Bed number 1, I have already got my garlic in ground, but so far no tops are showing, which is good because mine came up really, really fast last year, and I'm hoping the thicker wood chips will keep it from coming up too soon. This bed still needs resetting. This is next up on the list. I have got this bed planted. This bed is planted with some lettuces, some collards, some kale, a bit of dill at the end. And this bed right here, which is bed number 4, we have got some radishes and some carrots. And I didn't realize you're not supposed to plant dill next to carrots. They don't like each other. So I need to move that dill, but we've also got parsley on both ends. Bed number 5 still needs resetting. I was going to turn this into like a permanent sunflower bed, but I think I actually need this for produce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my small beds and put it here from my old garden and let that be a sunflower bed. So I'll have sunflowers at the end of the area. Sadly, I've already spread a whole lot of seed, which means next year I'll be transplanting a lot of seeds out of this garden into that one, which is fine because it needs to happen. Bed number 10, we've got our peas. These are our sugar daddy peas. We've got some lettuce. This is actually saved seed from my last year's crop, and they came up pretty fast. Some more peas on this side. We got some mustard greens. A collard, I think. It's either that or that's a broccoli. I'm pretty sure it's a collard because those guys really took off. And then I've got a couple of plants of char. And on bed number 4, we've got some peas on both ends. I've got a mixture of a whole lot of different stuff. Radishes, lettuces, cilantro, all kinds of stuff just thrown in here on both sides. I'm going to see what happens. A bit of chaos gardening right here. The only issue is I think I sowed it too thickly. That, and between this bed, that bed, and that bed, I kind of had the same idea about digging underneath the wood chips and putting the stuff in. In this bed, I had the idea of moving the wood mounds, moving the dirt mounds, and putting the wood chips in the side, and this seems to be working better. I'm definitely doing the rest of the beds this way, rather than this way, because the wood chips just kind of slide back into the bed spots, and it doesn't seem like the roots tend to work very well, and the seedlings stretch for a little while right after they start growing. So this way, not that way. And then over here in these tiny little planters, which are my chicken planters, as soon as they grow some more, I'll set them right there next to my chicken coop so that my chickens can enjoy fresh snacks, but they can't completely annihilate all of the plants in here. I've already got some borage, but there's like some spinach, some kale, all kinds of stuff like that that they can eat scattered in here, and as soon as it gets big enough, I'll put it over there for them. And like I said, I still have the peppers. I did cut them back because they were way too tall for the season, and I'm just kind of letting them sit here. Whatever they produce by the end, that is what they produce. I have gotten a lot of harvest out of these. For being so worried about my peppers this past year, whenever I first started up, I thought I killed all of my peppers sticking them in the ground too soon. Now, mind you, I'll still wait to put them in the ground this next year. But they didn't die, and they actually produced a whole lot. There was a couple of them that never quite recovered, but for the most part, I have gotten so many peppers this year. It was kind of ridiculous. But I decided to let both of these beds just sit here until the first real frost. We've already had like one little bit of a frost. It wasn't a very strong one, and it didn't settle in the garden, which is fine. So everything lived. I thought it was all going to die by the time I got back out here, but it was fine. So I'll wait to reset these beds, and I will focus on the others. Today I actually need to work on the artichoke bed, which I figured I'd bring you guys along with me for because we planted the artichoke bed together. And it's the Jerusalem artichokes. I put a lot of artichokes into that bed, way more than they needed to actually go in there. So I've got some ideas of where I want to put some of the rhizomes to move the crop into the hidden harvest areas. I've got plans to actually put those into effect this time. This year was all about making the big garden so I could grow what I needed to grow. This upcoming year is going to be about all of the stuff that I figured out how to grow. I need to figure out how to incorporate into the larger parts of the yard to make it a hidden harvest and more of a permaculture space. That one has already been reset, and I'm going to put onions in there for this year. I'm actually going to try something different with my onions. Typically, I wait until springtime to start my onions, but there's a lot of places in the south onions can survive our winters. And there's somebody who lives like 2 hours south of me that puts theirs in the fall, and they survive. And I have grown onions here. I've got my Egyptian walking onions sitting over there. I've got several other like bunching onions and stuff like that, and they survive just fine. So I've ordered some onion starts. And I've got some onion starts. These are seed from last year. And I had like several different types. And I tried to grow all of them, and not all of them took off. Not all of them came up because onion seeds don't last as long as other seeds. But the red creoles did. So these are going to be my red onions for the year. And I've ordered some yellow onions. Nobody was really a fan of the reds or the whites because they come out very, very strong in our garden, and most of us like to eat the sweeter onions. But these have already grown, and I don't mind a more pungent onion for a lot of applications, and we really like to eat the yellow onions fresh and in cooking. So I've got those two. The next year I will probably order, I don't know, in the springtime I might order some sets for white ones, just to get a few of them, because they tend to store better than the yellows. But for the most part I'm okay with just trying a little bit of onion over the winter time to see if it actually even works. There are a couple of oddities that I want to show off. First off, we still have some of our cherry tomatoes going. I honestly think today I need to pull these because they're not producing enough to keep them in the ground. I was thinking I would keep part of the plant alive and allow it to just produce a little bit so we could snack on it. It's not really doing much. I do have some new ones coming in, but they're honestly not really all that good. I've got some right here. The coloration's really not all that great. Given how much abuse these guys have had, I'm not surprised. But look at these. These guys look pitiful all year, and I am finally getting harvest off of them. These are the same way. These are the pink ones. That is Bravo. Hi, Bravo. He's like, call me Bravo. Johnny Bravo. That's probably not the only one. He usually has like five of those in him. 2. Probably not. I still have 3. I still have some loofahs. I need to pull these because this plant looks very, very pitiful. I have got 4. I have got a cucamelon that I have torn out of here twice. It's coming back again. And the thing is, it's actually putting on fruit again. 5. I don't know if this is actually going to do anything. Every time it puts on fruit, something comes through here and eats all of the fruit at the same time, and I don't get any of them. But I keep tearing it out and it keeps growing back. 6. And I'm not sure what to do about this, so I'm just going to leave it alone. It will die with the first frost. Sadly, I didn't even get enough to get any seeds. 7. We have our 8. And we have our celery. We have some snapdragons. We've got some 9. He seriously thinks my camera is another chicken that he's crowing at. I have got some butterfly weed, and it has gone to seed. 10. And we have some onions. 11. And then we've got some lemon basil, still looking very good. I was expecting it to already be dead. And I've got some 12. And then I've got some chicory, some more onions, some other kind of flower that I don't remember. 13. And some feverfew, which I'm pretty sure is a perennial, so I need to move these guys around too. But I need to wait for them to go completely dormant first. 14. Come on, Bravo, tell him. Tell him these your ladies. Hey, babushka. My God, at the volume. I have actually got one of the ladies inside this, which is supposed to be like a predatory cover, in case the predator... 15. Just in case the predator comes in, they've got a place in the yard. If they can't get inside fast enough, they're like out here and they can't go fast enough, they can get in there and they've got a cover. Now, my coop is actually completely covered, so they shouldn't be able to get in, but just in case... 16. Just in case, it's an extra added layer of protection for the chickens to have an extra spot. And they've taken to laying eggs in there now, so... well, at least one of them does. One of them lays them in the sand pit, and the other couple of them lay them inside the chicken coop in various areas, and one just plops them in the middle of the floor. I mean, they have a nest. Okay, I'm just going to try and remember... I know I'm sitting way too close. These are the Jerusalem artichokes that we planted in the winter of last year. I think it was February-ish when I put these in the ground. And we're going to try and take these guys up. The first thing I need to do is cut the tops off, and then we're going to start doing the digging. Anyway, I'm going to try and remember to pick up the microphone, but I know that this microphone next to this headset that I use to listen to stuff, it kind of like does some sort of like interference, so we're going to try it like this. I do apologize if there's some buzzing because of this, but I kind of need to listen to my stories while I'm working. It keeps me focused. There we go. I'm actually kind of worried. Captain's log, stardate, 10/19/24. I'm kind of worried about my strawberries. They haven't seen the light of day in like a month because the Jerusalem artichokes just kind of flopped over on top of them, which, oddly enough, the strawberries didn't care. The ones underneath the Jerusalem artichokes look better than the others. Just putting that out there. Oh, the sun has gotten in the way. I'll have to move the camera. Okay, so I've started by moving all of the big stuff. Now I actually need to dig underneath the surface. I would like to save as much of that soil as possible. Okay, Captain's log, stardate. This is taking a long time. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut recording. This seems like it's going to take a while. I planted them in here pretty thick, and there are so many little nodules that I was not expecting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dig up the entire daggone bed. Seems like I'm gonna have plenty to spread around to the hidden harvest sections of the yard. I'll see you guys back in a little while, and if I forget to hit the recording and do some sort of a sign off, I hope the other footage and this footage together was enough to let you guys know exactly what I've been up to. I haven't forgotten about the channel, just trying to get everything transitioned over and get the soil treated before winter sets in. That way springtime will be a whole lot easier. Thank you guys for sticking around. I have a chicken doing an egg song. We have eggs. I will see you guys next time. You have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and you stay shiny. Bye!